Welcoming you back to the usual broadcast that I anchor on this platform, the Biafra Human Rights Radio, which has come to stay without mincing words, without any equivocation. This is a live, short broadcast. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks or any group of people thinks or think. We are here to stay. This is Biafra Human Rights Radio broadcasting on the platform of Biafra Nation Media, Television, and Radio. Of course, at the appropriate time, we will be rolling out our network of broadcasting platforms. It is not going to be only Biafra Human Rights Radio because we are prepared on this platform. We are prepared, and as a matter of fact, we are not going to stop anytime soon unless the divine providence removes our breath. And so this is your platform. We are here. My name is Utemefo. I am from Abatete. Abatete is in Idem. Idem is in Wambra is in Biafra land. We are under the platform of Biafra Nation. And we have come to bring the people of Biafra, the genuine people of Biafra together, to preach unity and to tell the truth at all times. This platform is also a platform for justice, and it does not mean that we will always be saying things in the progressive fashion without unearthing what is being hidden behind the scenes. A number of people have been blackmailed, a number of people have been trampled upon. Many are not speaking up because they have been intimidated, because they have been blackmailed or threatened with violence. We are here to put the narrative right. We are here to put things right and without looking at anyone. They underestimated us, but we're telling them that we are more than ever ready, that the resolve on this platform is more than ever before on a high side. We will not advance any further without inviting the Most High God, as always, to come and take pride of place in our midst, to indeed drive home this audacious quest for restoration of Biafra to historical conclusion. We ask him to continue to render powerless and continue to disorganize our enemies, especially those whose hands are not clean and who pretend to be going with us on this journey. May he continue to set confusion into their midst, and may they continue to speak in hostile, antithetical, divergent languages among themselves, that they will never agree, but that their evil plot will continue to lay their evil intention bare. They are doing projections, they are visiting native doctors, they are doing incantation against us. May whatever intention of theirs that they are projecting against us turn around and be their affliction. In turn, imbue us with strength, with courage, with every amount of determination to do the needful until total freedom, total liberation is achieved. May the souls of our gallant heroes and heroines who have paid the ultimate price that we may have our freedom continue to rest in the bosom of the Most High God. We ask you, the Most High God, to continue to give them eternal rest and peace until we all meet to part no more. May the people of Biafra have peace. May those who are bringing violence against the people of Biafra pay whatever the consequences. May they bear the consequences of it. For us, we will continue to speak, and we ask you, the Most High God, to give us that courage to stand until the end of time, that Biafra may be restored as soon as you approve of it, and that the rest of humanity will see your blessings upon our lives and continue to glorify your holy name. We ask you, the Most High God, to level the ground for us, that our work will be easier more than ever before as we go about bringing in the different ethnic nationalities that make up Biafra together, that jointly and collectively we shall take the needed decision that we usher in the land of Biafra that we are seeking to restore. May your name be glorified in our lives as you enable us to carry on with this all-important divine project. To this we say amen and amen and amen. Ise, Ise, Ise. This is Biafra Nation platform, and we are broadcasting as it is from our media platform that we have at the moment, Biafra Human Rights Radio. We call on our people from different parts of Biafra land, from Igbo land, from Ndoni, from Ibibio, from Anang, from Isoko, from Egala, Ikwere, Urobo, Ishekiri, Efik, Ogoni, and Nioma, name them, to join hands together that we may do the needful, that our land will begin to heal, and that our heritage will be reclaimed. Biafra is our heritage. Biafra is our lost inheritance that was wrongly robbed us. And we are going to do nothing in any other name other than that of Biafra. That the ultimate sacrifices by our fallen heroes and heroines will be compensated. We must join hands together collectively to restore our heritage, the Biafra nation, which is a union of indigenous nationalities of many and varied backgrounds and of ideological persuasions of the former Republic of Biafra. The people of Biafra have waited for a long time, and now is the time for us to jointly come together and divinely push for the final quest for the restoration of that nation of ours, the Biafra nation. We adhere strictly to the dictates of international human rights law, and as such, dedicate ourselves to the defense of human rights and fundamental freedoms of all. We are also not afraid, and we will never shy away from unearthing evil in our midst. We reject all forms of armed struggle. If you want to go and commit suicide, go and commit suicide. We reject all forms of violence and armed struggle as a policy for restoration of Biafra. When we say this, a number of people who are, of course, not giving in to high level of understanding misunderstands it, and we oblige them. You don't go about molesting people, provoking violence. You don't go about on provocation. You don't go about inciting violence, all in the name of restoring Biafra. That is not our way. And logically and otherwise, It doesn't make sense, because in the end, you will end up putting people in danger, putting people in harm's way. And we make a distinction between advocating violence, adopting violence as a policy, and one's claim to right of self-defense. These are two different things, and people don't understand it. There is a very thin line between the two. There is a difference between that somebody, a group of people have come to attack you and take your life, and in the process, in the heat of that attack, you defend yourself with whatever you have, and nothing more and nothing less. And it is different from going about attacking, burning, killing people, and claiming that if they are allowed, if you don't stop them, they will attack you. That is congestion. That has no place in law. And any day, any time, you are not justified unless you want to see yourself as somebody of violence, a violent person. Unless you want to be behaving, conducting yourself in an unlawful manner, in a violent manner, in a reckless manner. Unless you want to give in to lawlessness. That is what our people don't understand. Everybody wants defense. Everybody wants protection. But how you go about it matters a lot. Nigeria is imploding. There are killer headsmen everywhere. There are terrorists everywhere, Boko Haram, name them. And some of them are also pretending, masquerading, they are in our land. But they have been there for a long time. But they have not declared war in a conventional sense. If you are concerned about safety, and all of us are concerned about safety, equip yourself, get ready. Simple as that. But not about getting weapons, going about molesting people, inflicting violence on people and claiming that they are here to attack you and all that. Because in the end, you will end up putting other people in danger. And when the chips are down, you will be nowhere to be found. And that is what is happening now. You call us names, but we are talking from the conscientious point of view and logical perspective as well. So we, till tomorrow, are against any form of armed struggle. Simple as that. Armed struggle is different from self-defense. Armed struggle is provocative. It is not defensive. And therefore, we must make a very fine distinction between the two. And so do not listen to anybody or group of people who are telling you, some people are against Eastern Security Network of IPOB of Mazen Nnamdi and all that. Even if anybody is against it, so what? And some of you are out there threatening people, you are not going to come back again and all that. Who are you? Somebody like me, when I'm ready to come back, I will come back. And it is an insult for anybody to threaten me, son of the soil. At the appropriate time, I will come back. When I'm ready to come back, I will come back. I won't do that at your instance. So all of you, just get ready. Just get ready because I didn't want to talk. But now I need to give you some kind of give you advance notice. We are all fighting for Biafra. Nobody is more Biafran than the other. And we don't want emperors in Biafra land. I'm not mincing words here. And they say, don't talk about the another. I will talk about it. I'm talking about right now. ESN, set up by Nnamdu Kanu, is a case study. And I have to talk about Nnamdu Kanu because he is a person of interest. He's a personality of interest in the circumstance because he is the one that put everybody where we are today. And he is pretending to be a saint. He's pretending to be sent by God. He sees tomorrow. He communes with God. But all his strategies have put so many people in harm's way. Yet he's communing with God. He must stop destroying lives. Nnamdu Kanu has the temerity to, after doing what he did, he thinks that by coming up and commissioning people to be saying which MF4 killed our people and all that is the end of the day. I mean, that is the end of the game. You haven't started, because at the appropriate time, we will know who actually did what. We begin to do some kind of analysis with reference to this struggle. Who actually did what? Pretending that you don't know what is happening is going to be your own undoing. You are closing IPOB family in United Kingdom. You know what you're running about. You're running away from, but you're not going to run away from it. Closing the bank accounts and other things in UK will not save the day. I am talking to all of you for you to know that I'm talking. Because when I keep quiet, because it's not necessary, some of you are thinking that, oh, look, we silence them and all that. You have not seen anything yet. Nnamdu Kanu cannot be riding on others in order to position himself. If you are doing your own thing, that is understandable. But when you are trampling on others in order to position yourself as the righteous one and all that, whereby you are not righteous, then that is where you have problem. Because people will not leave you. We begin to ask questions. Who was responsible for the killing of our people in Emene, Enugu, in Obibo, in Olu, Kanu Takanu, Nnamdu Kanu's brother, and Nnamdu Kanu using fake accounts to be writing nonsense about me. We are going to know in the end who actually did what. You have nothing against me. That is why you have the temerity to be talking about taking money from Nigerian politicians, working with Nigerian politicians, asking people to to be talking nonsense about me and all that, and other Biafrans will not save you. Because in the real sense of it, if it is about politicians working with Nigerian politicians, you come out every time. We have nothing to do with Nigerian politicians. You castigate them in public, but go behind to collaborate with them. So does it make sense telling our people that we don't have anything to do with politicians, but behind the scenes you parley with them and come out in the open and castigate them? Why? These are what you're doing. You know, and you think that by lying against people, that is the only way you can exonerate yourself. You think that lying against people, even those who have not even thought of something that is being heaped on them, by destroying character, by character assassinating people, and then projecting yourself as the son of God, that is the only way to go. You hide behind, and people are speaking on your behalf. Meanwhile, whatever you are saying, whatever they are saying, all the information, whether right or wrong, are coming from you, from the same source. So it will not help you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I have said, as long as this issue is concerned, and if you don't rectify the mess that you have brought and heaped on people, then unless I am lowered 6 feet, this is just the beginning. No amount of intimidation, no amount of lies and blackmail will stop it. Come out in the open and tell the people you are deceiving about what you're doing. People held ladder for you, you climbed, and then you kick it away. And you think that by blackmailing people, that is the only way you can grow. It's not going to happen. You might be doing it to other people, but not to me. And not to other people who are also determined, who know they are right. It cannot happen. And like I said, in the next couple of days, I'll begin series of inquiry into our journey so far in this Biafra restoration. I want you to come out and lie, because that is the only way you can have advantage. You think you can have advantage. Anything you will say, anybody you commission to say whatever against me, we all be telling lies, because that is how you grow. Good advice to you means insubordination. It means sabotage under your watch and with their knowledge. People are saying, all the devilish members of the DOS that are, singing your praises, that I'm working with MI5, working with Nigerian government. You think that blackmail, that kind of blackmail will wash? Yeah, you must have deceived the gullible, but we will know in the end. And I will challenge you to public oath. All of you who are going to native doctors, who are going to do incantation and all that, be ready, because all the false allegations made against innocent people, if you don't boldly come out and claim, because you're all very sure what you're saying. When you are praying, when you are cursing, also know that, or be courageous enough to say, if this thing we are saying about these people, if it is not true, let whatever we're saying happen to us. Because if some of us would have died, if we would die, we would have died a long time ago. Do you know why I will not keep quiet about the lies and blackmail of Nnamdi Kanu? It is because of posterity. Because he is willfully turning our values, our traditions upside down. Never in the history of our people have this kind of thing happened. That somebody whose hands are not clean will come out in the open with the advantage of media that he has and the support of the people, project himself as the righteous person. And then the people that are obviously innocent of what they are being accused of are now the bad people. And they are saboteurs, traitors. We will stick our neck and our lives to this. Our values, our tradition must not be turned upside down. That is what IPOB under Nnamdi Kanu is doing. By lying against people. And a number of people are believing it. So many people are gullibly believing this and, going ahead and sticking their lives to it. Onye ọbụla chọọ m ọnwụ mana emetara m ihe ọnwụ ga-ejigbu m, ọnwụ ọnwa gbuo onye ahụ. And the same thing to where other innocent people are. I give my all to defending Nnamdi Kanu, and I made enemies for him. I made enemies for myself on his behalf. And he thinks that by lying and concocting all manner of blackmail that is going to make me. I may not be talking too much, but I have a very strong mind. You cannot unmake me. And I'm calling on all men and women of goodwill, all of you who are being victimized, who are being trampled upon. Most of you are in Biafra land. Do not keep quiet and die under the weight of evil being heaped upon you. I don't need followers for avoidance of doubt. I don't need you to follow me. But you know what? I will make sure that after me and others, that before you call anybody saboteur or traitor, of course, we are proud saboteurs, you will think twice. And may your spirits continue to haunt all of you. I have made enemies for myself on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. but he remains an ingrate. But let the spirit of our land judge all of us. And there are so many other people who have not come out. Look, even if the whole world is against me, I will stand alone till the end. Because you know what? My spirit is very strong. And I'm at peace with my God. But most of you are not. Most of you are not. That's why you're hiding. You're hiding. Which MF4 is paid, which MF4 is done, which MF4 is paid thousands of pounds. How much does Nnamdi pay himself? How much is Mrs. Anya being paid? How many people are being paid in IPOB? Which MF4 is evil. I'm the evil in IPOB, but why are you hiding? We want the account of IPOB to be made public if you are transparent. Let us know how those accounts are being run. Closing IPOB chapters is not going to save you. So don't just claim that, oh, this people are this or that. That is a flimsy excuse. You know why you are shutting down IPOB in UK. You haven't told the people the reason why you're shutting down IPOB in UK. You're giving flimsy excuse. And all of you should be ashamed of yourselves. All of you who know the truth and you're hiding it because you are doing eye service. You feel that that is the way to go. Biafra cannot be restored on the platform of lies and deception. The spirit of Biafra is bleeding. Where are our brothers, the lives of our Kowara? This question and inquiry must continue. The day Akowara's name was mentioned and Ruby and others, I had a heated argument with Nnamdi Kanu because he came accusing me what he was told by those who are peddling lies for him, that I was having meetings with Ruby and the rest of them in Biafra land. And I told him categorically that there was nothing like that. And I challenged him to give evidence of what he was saying. I told him, do not go and victimize innocent people. Do not go and victimize innocent people because the person, for instance, Ruby, you were mentioning, I have never had any meeting with him. I've never had any meeting with anybody in Biafra land, not to talk of destroying what we are doing. What for? But because his mind was made up, in the next 30 minutes that day, he went on air and called a number of people. And the rest is history. And today, still till date, he hasn't given any evidence to suggest that I had any contact with these people. Today, a number of questions are being asked about Akwara and the rest of them. Why is it that after using people, probably when something goes wrong, you sacrifice that person or deny the person? Why? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why? Because the ones I know, I'll have to question it. Is Akwara not known to you? Is he a stranger to you? And a number of others, are they strangers to you? These are the officers or the people you trusted in the first place. And probably you send them to go and do something. And when it goes wrong, you deny them. And you're calling yourself a leader? And we're praying every day. And then you hired people. Which am for this? It shall never be well with you and your family. It shall never be well with you. I agree. If I did any of the things that I was being accused of, let it never be well with me and my family and my generation. But if what you people are saying are all concussions, lies, and all that, may all those your evil plots and pronouncements and curses turn against all of you and your families and your generation. You see, I have never lost any sleep, but all of you are losing sleep because you wallow from one lie to the other. Lie is expensive. Telling of lie is an expensive business because you will every day try to augment the lies and in the process continue to find yourself in deeper mess. You set up a strategy. Don't mention which MF4 you advise. Don't talk about him. Don't respond so that you present an image of a matured man. But you are at the same time using fake Facebook accounts and writing nonsense. And commissioning people that will form buffer for you. They will be forming defenses for you. But it's not going to work this time around. Not going to work. You commissioned individuals and groups. Anytime UTM4 is broadcasting, go and be writing nonsense. We will frustrate him to the extent that his wife will reject him. His wife will abandon him. He will never talk again. Abatete people will reject him. Abatete people will do this one. And then you even went ahead to get some gullible Abatete people to be talking nonsense. Where's the Kambo? I don't talk like this, but I need to tell you that. Esi m n'ezigbo obi pụta. Okay? Our people must wake up. Wake up and do the needful. All of you will regret what you're doing today because you have failed to scrutinize and take precaution when you have been called. And I maintain Biafra will not be restored on altar of lies and deception. That is the truth about it. Now they are not taking precautions. Imagine them saying, we don't want lies on this platform. We don't want lies on this platform. Why are you now afraid of lies and fake news and all that? But these are things I have been fighting against that fake news, that fake account photoshopping is going to bring the image of IPOB to ridicule. And everybody will be castigating Uchemefo and all that. Today, how far? You people are running away from your shadows. And I maintained that Biafra we are looking for to restore was the Biafra of inclusion, Biafra that strictly adheres to the dictates of human rights and fundamental freedoms of all. Maybe we are speaking big grammar. What is human rights in the real sense of it? For Ndibo, for people, those who are, human rights is basically principle of Egbe Belu Gobel. And then when we talk about it here, they will say, we are in freedom fighting. We don't want democracy. There's nothing like freedom, human rights. IPOB is not a human rights organization. But in the next minute and second, they talk about, oh, these people don't respect human rights. They are trampling on our human rights. Those who are killing us, what are they doing? They are violating our human rights. The Nigerian state that has been marginalizing us, that has been subjecting us to all manner of inhuman and degrading treatment, they are all violating our human rights. So, Ibe Bunako, Jesus say, that there's something like human right, but you are crying against your human right being violated, that is being violated. We need common sense and commitment and tenacity to the cause we are fighting for. Without human rights, we are going nowhere. And we are, as a matter of fact, fighting for Biafra restoration because of the violation of our rights. So let no one tell you otherwise. And it is not those who talk more have their way in the end. The times and circumstances we find ourselves demand that we talk less and do more. And more importantly, we cannot make everybody our enemies. We cannot make everybody our enemies. We must be at peace with our own. We cannot willfully go out of our way to destroy our own. And some people are doing bravado. We need to present an image of a tough man. Tell them you will kill them, you will destroy them. Who are you? Do you know who I am? Do you know where I come from? And then you'll be told, oh, you are the man. You are the man and all that. And so after that, how far? Nnamdu Kanu, you are going about threatening everyone and doing things you know that you cannot deliver. And even when you are advised, those people that are advising you become your enemy. Take, for instance, what is happening now. And why would I even not talk about it? As you are going about threatening everybody, putting our land into crisis, the next moment, you begin with fake Facebook account. It is Uchemefo went and worked with DSS. Uchemefo sabotaged our people. Uchemefo did this. What a cheap lie and blackmail. You need to take responsibility for what you're doing. Radio Biafra was sold, but you were broadcasting from Radio Biafra platform. And the gullible believe that. And today I'm a traitor. I sold out. Soludo gave me huge amount of money. And I sold Biafran struggle. And then there is this mentality, especially for those who are on the platform of IPOB. There is this mentality that if you criticize what is going on in IPOB, then you have criticized Biafra. You have worked against Biafra. What a dull and ridiculous concept. Nnamdi Kanu will be abusing everyone. Nnamdi Kanu will be cursing everybody. Nnamdi Kanu will tell you what you never expected in your life. But when you ask him questions, then you have abused and sabotaged Biafra. Now the Kanu will be insulting elders. But when you ask him questions, he will ask you, I'm not your mate. He will tell you, I'm not your mate. You know who I am and all that. If you have the temerity to talk and insult 80-year-olds, 70-year-olds, and all that, why wouldn't somebody talk to you in the first place? You are the only righteous person that knows how to talk. You know when to talk, you know when not to talk, you know when to start, you also know when to stop. Only you. Among the Biafran population, you are the only righteous person. You are the only person that reasons very well. And you are infallible. From different places in Biafra land or in the Biafra Restoration Project, people don't know anything, only you. I told you people that if you reap insubordination, if you sow insubordination, you will reap insubordination. Nemesis is going to catch up with all of you at the appropriate time. You don't need to make an announcement about closing IPOB. You need to tell the people the truth of what is going on in IPOB and not trying to divert attention. And you guys have to be transparent. All parts of Biafra must be taken into account if Biafra is going to be restored. And IPOB leadership under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the so-called not fit for purpose DOS should be able to boldly tell people whether IPOB is Igbo-centric organization or an organization for the whole of Biafra. This is one of the contentious issues that we've been talking about. Because it's not only cursing people, telling lies against people. We need to tell people what the issues are. One of the issues I have with all of you, or we have with all of you, is the issue of inclusion, issue of bringing in every part of Biafra land to be part of what we are doing. As a result, we became bad people, which MFO became Sabotu, Obidobian, and the rest of them. And now you are scrambling to embark on damage control. Having meeting with people from different parts of Biafra inside Igbo land. Why are you rushing them to implement all those? Those things you are doing were the things that brought about disagreement and disaffection in IPOB. You were told, you were advised, not in months, it's taking years. So there is no amount of campaign, of calumny, blackmail, and all that that will stop the decision that we've taken. You must stop lying against people and sacrificing them on the altar of being righteous, whereby you are responsible for what is going on. And like we're saying, we reject all forms of armed struggle as a policy for Biafra restoration. Because as it is now, the most viable option is option of non-violence, an option of adherence to the dictates of international law, and specifically human rights law. There are avenues through which Biafran people will realize their objective. The last option, which is undesirable, is war. And when you're going to war, when you want to embark on war, it's an expensive business. Everybody knows that. There must be deep and sincere consultation with all principal stakeholders. It is not a one-man show. It is not one group of people show. It is a collaborative, joint, unified effort. And you have to take into account the defenses involved. What do you have to prosecute that war? How long are you going to fight that war? Is it sustainable? Have you taken into account the civilian population? How about the humanitarian consequences or humanitarian questions? How about your neighbor? Have you taken into account air, land, and sea defenses? Are you in control of all those? Are you at peace with your people in the first place? And do you have allies within the international community circle who are backing you? Having said that, everybody has right to self-defense. If our lives are being taken away from us, we have the right to defend ourselves. In the meantime, that is the effort that everybody should be making, because Nigeria is imploding. A lot of things are happening. We shouldn't go on provocative action. We should rather invest in the defensive aspect of it. Equip yourselves in event of eventualities. That is what our people don't understand. They keep saying, oh, you want us to allow Fulani herdsmen to kill us. So you want Fulani to kill and rape our mother and do this. Common sense approach is what is needed. Nobody tells you not to defend yourself. Every effort should be made towards equipping yourself for the future. The Middle Belt is boiling. Yoruba land is boiling. And before they get to our side in that massive way, we'll have every opportunity to prepare ourselves in the line of self-defense. But not going about, first of all, and provocating violence, going and burning down people's houses and all that, all in the name of Dike na Dimkpa, Ikoha, Ochiaya. And this is against all wise counsel. And so what are we seeing today? What is going on now? I don't want to go into that, but we need to be very careful. Our people have rights to defend themselves in circumstances and situations of danger. And our people should not shy away from triggering their right to self-defense in the heat of attack. In the heat of the attack. Not going about looking for the enemy. Because you know where the enemies are already. You don't go about looking for the enemy because there is a way you will act towards an enemy. Then you yourself will now be the provocator, the aggressor. We must be as wise as serpent and as innocent as dove. That is just the truth about it. We reject all forms of armed struggle, which on its own is provocation and directing of violence towards others. However, we believe in the right to self-defense permissible under the law. These things I have tried to explain. And if you don't understand it, then that's not my problem. There is a distinction between armed struggle, provocating violence, and self-defense. Self-defense does not talk. You don't need public show of it. It is not an exhibition. That is what makes it different from violence and going on offensive in situation of war and other conflicts. We commit ourselves to democratic values, economic development, and empowerment of our people socially, culturally, and politically in Biafra land, within Biafran territory, without us taking the center stage on issues that concerns us as a people. We are going nowhere. Our blueprint is designed in line with the requirements of international law on the attainment of statehood, and this shall remain our guiding principle and yardstick or barometer for measuring success. That is the declaratory and the constitutive theories of the Montevideo Convention or Declaration, 1933, of Duties of State, Duties and Rights of State, and then the constitutive theory. The declaratory theory, of course, has 4 requirements of statehood: permanent population, defined territory, effective government, capacity to enter into international relationship with other countries. Of course, I will continue to remind our people of this. I will go into specific examples in the next broadcast I'll be doing, if Facebook allows. Every nation of Biafra shall be independent and develop at her own pace within the Union, within the Biafra Nation project that we are, of course, propagating. There shall be mutual respect, deep and sustained consultation with every prospective nation of the Union, and with respect for any choice of name preferred by such party to the Union. There shall be agreement or memorandum of understanding or act of consent among members of the Union. We cannot rule out forming a union with some of our brothers who may not want to use the name Biafra. Probably Union of Biafra and probably Niger Delta Republic or Ibibio or Efik or the rest of them. People must be allowed to make their choices. We shall not shy away from deferring to consensus and persuasive, aggregated opinions on matters or issues of public interest in making adjustments in good faith and for the benefit of all. There shall be collegiate approach to the administration of Biafra Nation project, and which shall be on rotational basis among parties to the Union. And the details could be found in a document we have titled The Guide and Blueprint for Biafra, Our Heritage. We want to congratulate our officers, executive members who are going to be running the affairs of Biafra Nation, led by Diopa George Onibe, deputized by Solomon, Diopa Solomon Nebo. And of course, we have our spokesperson, Timezie, and we have our General Secretary, the name of Chris. I don't have the surnames at the moment. And other principal positions will be made known in due course. We have come to stay on this platform. And Biafra Human Rights Radio is a tide of circumstance. And we are not shying away from any challenges before us. As long as our hands are clean, we shall see the end. And more importantly, if the divine providence permits, I'll begin to wind down at this particular point in time, because I will be handing over the platform to our people in Canada to continue with the proceedings this morning. I just came up briefly because for quite some time now, Facebook has been silencing me. And so from tomorrow, we will see how it goes.